kick things off. I love it. I love it. All right, we got it in record mode. I'm going to throw it into share screen mode. Lets me. Awesome. And jump up here. All right, guys. So I want to welcome everybody tonight. I want to welcome everybody to the True Blue team webinar. This is a webinar that we do every Monday night to share an overview of the LifeVantage Opportunity with you folks. So some of you may not know why you're on here. Some of you, meeting may not be fully recorded. Well, we'll go with it anyway. Some of you may not know why you're on here. Some of you may know why you're on here. So I'm super excited to share this information with you this evening. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Gary Stern. I'm based out of Melbourne, Florida. And I'm going to go into my story a little bit. I was asked to share my story and then share some information that changed my life now almost 7 years ago. And I know it'll change yours as well. So here's the thing. What's your story, right? We all have a story that we need to peel back the layers of and to kind of unfold and to share with folks. So my background was I was a physical therapist and a pharmaceutical rep. And I've got some pictures here that share a little bit of my background. But I was a physical therapist. I was working out at the Stedman Hawkins Clinic. Athletics have been part of my life, my entire life. And I was super, super excited to work with people, to work with professional athletes on a regular basis. I had blown my knee out when I was a kid in college. It made me want to change my major and become a physical therapist. I loved helping people, guys. It was a very rewarding career. Then my mom and dad both got sick with cancer. My dad unfortunately passed away. I moved back to Florida to take care of my mom. I had that opportunity to do so, but I didn't have a job. And I ended up taking on a job as a pharmaceutical rep, and I did that for the next 13 years. So my background is about 19 years in the medical profession. Now, you'll see over there in the center, those first two pictures, like I said, I've always been an athlete, right? I played high school football. I've been a cyclist and a surfer basically my entire life. I like to snowboard. I like to play hard. And playing hard came with a lot of injuries along the way. Some of you may have seen that I've shared some information on my website or on my Facebook page recently about having some injuries along the way. And so, guys, this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I wish I would have known the information that you're about to hear right now 20 years ago when I started having some of these issues from playing really hard as an athlete. As you can also see, family is extremely, extremely important to me. And for the last, 10 years of my career as a pharmaceutical rep, the first three or four were fine. But for the last 9 or 10, I was looking for a way out, a way that I could spend more time with the rest of the folks that you see in that picture there, with my family, the people that mean the most to me. Guys, I was raised by a single mom who was working retail all the time. And somebody who's working retail, that means around Christmas time, from Thanksgiving until New Year's, you don't see them, right? And then she'd send me to my dad's in New Jersey. And what did he do? He worked all the time. And I didn't want to be that guy. I don't know if any of you feel the same way, where you're literally watching your kids grow up in pictures because you're working all the time. It's just the way that the world is right now, but it doesn't have to be that way. Also, you don't have to take your health for granted. There are things that you can do proactively that don't involve doctor's offices. And they don't involve prescriptions. They involve taking care of your own health. And that's what we're going to share tonight. So that's a little bit about my story. And it brings us up to speed when a good friend of mine named Simon Kessler shared with me something that would change my life. Back then, we didn't even know how it worked. We just knew that it was something that slowed the aging process. It slowed the aging process by 40% in 30 days. And there was an ABC investigative news report that was out that shared this information, right? I saw that. I saw the first couple clinical studies, and I knew that this was something we were going to be on for the rest of our lives. So what is this that we keep talking about? And it's in the field of biohacking. Now, you can read that big, long explanation right there, or just drop to the bottom one. It's the art and science of becoming the best version of you. It's taking something that's super complex, like your body, and doing things to it to simplify and make it easier. Now, you guys are you're gonna laugh at me here, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, this is a biohack. These are those glasses that you can wear that protect you from looking into the light, right? Looking into the blue light that keeps you awake at night, that gives you headaches, that gives you eye strain when you're staring at a computer. That's a biohack, right? But there are other ways to biohack And that's through nutrigenomics. So you got to ask yourself, do you suffer from these issues? Inflammation, right? Inflammation is at the core. And you see in the little picture in the upper left there, it's at the core of everything that's going on in our body, guys. Inflammation causes issues in our brains, in our joints, in our gut, everywhere, in our cardiovascular system, our arteries. Inflammation is literally one of the key things that's paralyzing our bodies and causing a tremendous amount of issues that we can all, dysfunctions and issues, and keeping us from performing at an optimal level. How about energy? Do you suffer from low energy? Is it one of those things where in the middle of the afternoon, you're struggling to stay awake, or you're struggling to take care of the kids or do your job, right? If that's the case, then there's a solution to that. What about gut issues, right? Bloating, or not being able to have proper digestion, or people always taking antacids and all these other things, right? And their diets are not exactly what they need to be, right? There's a solution for that also. What about brain dysfunction or brain fog, right? Walking into a room and not remembering why you're in there, like, where did I put my keys? Or all of a sudden, where's my hat? Oh, it's on my head. Or my sunglasses, where are they? They're up on my head, right? Things like that. We laugh at those things, but those are things that are keeping us from performing at an optimal level as we age. And nutrigenomics is the solution, guys. It's seriously time to start hacking your health, biohacking your health with nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is very simple. It's using natural compounds, plant-based nutrition, to have an effect on genetic expression in the body. See, instead of taking handfuls and handfuls and handfuls of other stuff that's out there, why not just help your body make more of what it does naturally, right? So there's a video that I'm going to share here. I'm going to drop it off of screen share for just a second, and then I'm going to re-screen share it, because when I do that, I'll be able to hopefully get the audio dialed in. So let's try this one more time. We are going to go over here. We're going to share the screen. Give me a second. Bear with me. Of course I did it again. I have to hit one button that allows me to share the computer sound.
Every biohacker knows that every day is a fresh start, a blank canvas, a well of untapped potential, with your name written all over it. What you do with it, well, that's up to you. But here's a pro tip. When it comes to today, you're going to get out exactly what you put in. Good in, good out. And it starts with the Vitality Stack. We're on a mission to biohack the aging code. And that means building a nutrigenomic starter kit with all the biohacking tools you need to start taking control of your health today. The Vitality Stack is made with 4 powerful products that work together and build off each other. ProBio lays the groundwork by supporting a fully functional immune and digestive system that can absorb nutrients, start your day right, and make the most out of NRF1, which is designed to help you think clear and stay focused during the day. NRF2, to keep your body and cells on point and in shape. And Omega Plus, that delivers the right blend of fatty acids and vitamin D to make sure your brain, heart, and organs are doing their thing. Take the Vitality Stack at home in a bundle, or take it on the go in a packet. Because no matter how you use it, you get the same 3 powerful products that have one goal in mind: to help you milk all the awesome you can out of today. So go ahead, nail that presentation, slay those bag lunches, or do whatever it is this guy is doing. Because no matter where you are or where you're headed, Vitality Stack is your building block to a better day.
Awesome. All right, guys, let me stop this for just a second. And I don't know about you, but I see that and I get excited whenever I see that video. It makes me realize what we have our hands on. That's the core. That's the foundation. Let me take it off the share computer sound, and then I'll put the slides back up. So hopefully everybody was able to hear that okay. If not, we can get you a copy of that video. But the bottom line, guys, is this. It's all about biohacking your body, and you need a foundation, right? What do you do to actually hack the body? And they explained in there how this stack, whether you choose to get the bottles, or I love the convenience of the the Vitality Stack packets, the ones that are shown on the right-hand side of the screen right there. It's super easy. There's a box of 30 of those strips, essentially, and you tear off the strip and you take it with you. You can take it with you on the go. You can go to the gym. You can take it to work. You can take it on vacation. The other day I had to go, I didn't have to go, but I went on a cruise with the family, and I took 3 of those with me on the cruise. And it was super easy to utilize while we were on the cruise, just to literally tear them open. People were asking about it along the way. What is that? What's that do for you? And it was simple. I would share that video with them. I had it right there downloaded on my phone. I could share that video with them, or I could get their Facebook or their contact information and share it with them. But here's the deal. People want to know what makes this different. And it's simple. It's activating your body to take care of itself instead of trying to supplement your body. The way that I liken it is this way, guys. If a commercial building's on fire, you can try to sit there and put it out one bucket load of water at a time, or you can activate the sprinkler system that's in the building and have the sprinkler system come on and put out the entire fire. One is far more effective than the other. And when you read the clinical data that's behind this, and yes, I did mention there's complete clinical data behind it, it made sense. I'm like, okay, my wife and I are going to be on this for the rest of our lives. There's patents on these products. There's 23 peer-reviewed studies. Those are studies that are done by universities that are published in some of the most respected journals. The same journals that I used to sell pharmaceutical products out of now have information about them, about Protandim by name. One of our flagship products that's in that nutrition pack, that's in the Vitality Stack that we were just talking about. So there's lots of studies going on that back up what we have here, what we have our hands on. And it's a very simple regimen, guys, about boosting cellular energy, about cleaning up some of the waste that's in our cells and slowing that cellular energy, slowing that cellular aging, lowering inflammation, improving digestion and your immune system, and then tying that all together with improved brain and joint and cardiovascular function with the omega-3. It's literally feeling better, looking better, and performing at your best. That's what this thing's all about. So this is a little bit about the products. I'm not going to go into a ton of depth. I know a lot of the people that are on here that want a science lesson. The cool thing is all of this information is available on our replicated websites. It's also available in a couple of exclusive groups that we've put together. We call these our exclusive Facebook community. So if you're a guest tonight, get back with the person who invited you onto this webinar. Ask them to share with you those exclusive communities that we have, that we've created on Facebook, and to get your hands on some of the videos that we're talking about and this replicated website that I'm talking about. Ask them to get you back on their website so you can see for yourself which of these products stand out to you, what you want to use as you're biohacking your body with nutrigenomics. Again, I recommend starting with the Vitality Stack because that's the foundation where everything else is built off of. Maybe you want even more energy. Well, then we can build off of that with Axio for focus and clarity and concentration, right? Maybe it's skin. You know, I know a lot of people, it's not just women, it's guys too that are taking better care of their skin. I know I spent a lot of time in the sun. So maybe we want to biohack our skin and we want to add that on top of the Vitality Stack. Maybe you need to lose weight or you want to maintain an optimal weight. If that's the case, then our physique line will help you literally burn that stubborn fat and stay at an optimal weight level. What about our four-legged friends, right? Crazy thing is people are like, you got a product for dogs? Yeah, here's the deal. People were giving their pets the human version and seeing phenomenal results. And out of that was born Pet Tandem for dogs. If you want to see some videos that'll blow your mind, again, get back with the person who shared this information with you and ask them. I want to see some of these dogs. I want to see Oscar, the 13-year-old Dachshund that had like life-changing, literally like turned around 180 degrees. It was on his deathbed practically, and now he's running around the house. And that's in a dog. You can't tell a dog to feel better. Either they do or they don't, right? So it's amazing the results that you're going to see with this. Get back with the person who shared this information with you. Here we can say, I could talk forever, but let's let some pictures do the talking, right? There's some a severe skin disorder on the left-hand side. Imagine that young lady's confidence level in the picture in the before picture, right? Do you think it was very high? I mean, you don't even want to go out of the house when your skin is flaring up like that, right? And I know she was extremely self-conscious about it. And after using NRF2 activation, after using some of the products that we have, the biohacking products, the foundational products, and the skincare products. Look at the results before and after. Same thing with the hands on the right-hand side of the screen there. How about this on the leg on the lower left-hand corner there? That's Peggy. That's Peggy before and after. I mean, that's profound differences in skincare. How about the young lady on the right, right? I mean, my son's going through that stage right now, that acne stage, and we got him onto the biohacking products. We've got him going on True Science to literally clear up his skin so that it looks more like her skin does on the right-hand side right there. I've a 13-year-old son. I mean, we're all in the thick of that right now. How about this? How about, have you wanted to lose those last 5 or 10 pounds or maybe more, like the case of the young lady there on the left? I mean, holy smokes, that's life-changing. And the reason she's holding a newspaper is to prove when the first picture was taken and when the second one was, because sometimes you see before and after pictures and they could be years apart. That's months, literally a few months difference. Same thing if you look on the right-hand side, we're talking just over the course of a year. Look at those results from that husband and wife team. So just phenomenal results from our weight management. A lot of us have children. A lot of children nowadays are being medicated for things that, I mean, maybe I'm on a soapbox here, but they're being medicated for things that the medications oftentimes are causing more harm than good. And as parents, we want to do what's best for our kids. Look at this. Here's a kid that was struggling with mental focus and anxiety on the left-hand side, a 9-year-old boy. Fast forward and look at the right-hand side of the screen, and that's just after 1 week of using Protandim and Axio. So ask yourself this: how important is it for the health, your health, and the health of your loved ones to be on something that optimizes your health? So don't think about it as something that's going to cure a disease or that's going to cure. We can't say we prevent, cure, or treat any disease. We're not allowed to say that. But we can say that we lower oxidative stress. We slow cellular aging 40% in 30 days. We increase energy levels. We optimize skin and weight management. We optimize all those things so that you look, feel, and perform your best. So I don't know about you, but when I learned about this, I knew I wanted in. I needed to get on the products. That was the first step. I want to be on these products. So what's the big 20% off me? Well, thanks to being invited onto this webinar, follow up with the person who shared it with you, and you can get these products at 20% off of their normal retail pricing. It's simple. You get started on what's called a monthly subscription. Guys, I got monthly subscriptions through Amazon, through Vitamin Shop. I got them for my Zwift, the little indoor trainer that I ride on my bike. I think I got a monthly subscription for just about everything right now. Magazine subscriptions, internet subscriptions, cell phone subscriptions, everything's gone to the subscription model. This is no different because you want to optimize your health on a daily basis, and you can do so and save 20% off as either a customer, or if you're thinking like I did and you're starting to think of all these other people that you could be sharing this with, like your mom, your dad, your cousin, your best friend, the neighbor across the street. My neighbor might even be watching this right now because he was asking me some questions earlier today. If you're starting to think like that and you're like, okay, I know something and the rest of the world doesn't know it yet, I got to get this information out to the world, then you might consider joining us as a business partner. And here's the deal, guys. There's a couple of other things that are really in our favor here as far as why now is the optimal time to join us. 1 in 3 people are pre-diabetic. I mean, that's crazy. That's a horrible statistic. Obesity is through the roof in this country right now. People are spending billions of dollars on my old profession, on pharmaceuticals, right? 50 million was spent on supplements, just on the energy supplements, right? Wellness is the fastest growing segment of healthcare. So there's a lot of people out there seeking natural alternatives. They don't want to be on the medications anymore. They'd rather take some of that 400 billion and shift it over and keep themselves healthy and optimal health instead of waiting to get sick and then treating it with drugs. I hope that makes sense, with medications. Now, on the economic side of things, a lot of families are living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it's rampant in the US. I think the statistics say is close to 80% now. A lot of folks are having to work past 65 years old when they'd rather be spending time with their children and their grandchildren and the people they love and care about. Here's the thing. E-commerce and technology is changing the environment that we live in. If you don't believe this, I never thought I would see the day that Toys R Us would close, Circuit City, Blockbuster Video, Sound Advice, right? Just to name a few. Sears is on its way out. Kmart's on its way out. Guys, these are staples. When I was a kid, those are the places we went, and they're going away. Why? Walmart, and Amazon, and even Walmart's not safe because they're closing stores and they're laying off managers left and right. I know I've got a very good friend that went through that himself. Why? Because of e-commerce. People just want to go online and shop. It's easy. Well, I know a place where you can do that, and that's here at LifeVantage. And people are literally turning to having stuff delivered on their doorstep. What are some of the advantages of partnering with us here at LifeVantage? It's simple. We're publicly traded. Everything is right there for you to see. We've been publicly traded since 2003. We've been in the subscription model since 2009, meaning going direct to consumer without having to go to a retail outlet to purchase the products. We have amazingly skilled management. We're about to open 7 countries in the next 3 weeks, guys. 7 countries. So our management team understands how this is a global brand, that people want these products, not just in the US, but all over the world. We're literally the market leaders in nutrigenomics and biohacking. We've got tons of new technology tools like this, like using a video webinar to be able to share this with people all over the world, like using Facebook groups and communities to be able to share the information, our own cell phones to send links to people that they click on the link and it's a shopping cart so they can order their products that way, or so that they could even join us as a business partner through the click of a link on their cell phone. It's amazing how we're able to utilize technology to our advantage. We're experiencing massive growth again. I sent somebody a text tonight and I said, I haven't seen this type of growth since 2011, 12, and 13, when things were just rocketing up and this company went from 0 to $200 million in revenue in just the first 4 years that we were in that subscription model. So we're in the right space, guys. We've got the research that keeps going on. It's just up to you how you want to get started. But it's simple. You start with a starter kit. The starter kit comes with what you see there. It comes with not only the literature, but samples of the products, brochures that you can share with people, a blueprint, literally a system that's step by step. Step 1, check it off. Step 2 of how to launch your business. This also ensures that you get the team's support. Guys, we don't do this alone. That's why I keep saying get back with the person who invited you onto this webinar, because I may not have been the one that invited you, but whoever did, I'm working as a team with them to help you, to help them in this case build their business, and then in the future to help you build your business to that level that you want to build it to, whether that's to make a few extra $100 a month. That's what a lot of people want, a couple $100 a month. Or you want to be in the thousands or tens of thousands or even higher per month. Guys, the possibilities are limitless. I didn't believe it when I was first taking a look at this thing, but they're there. So here's how you get started. You get started on one of those starter kits, and then you select a product pack, whatever fits your needs. Maybe you want to build your business slowly. Maybe you want to build it a little faster, a little bit bigger, right? Maybe it just depends on how many people you want to share it with. Do you want to share it with a few people? Do you want to share it with a lot of people? Or do you want to share it with everybody you know? That'll help you determine which pack to select. Don't just look at it and think, oh, that's the product that I'm going to consume. No, that's going to help you get the word out and build your business within the community. Get in where you fit in. I'm not here to tell you have to do one or the other. I do know that the folks that are choosing the larger packs, their businesses are growing faster, but it makes sense because it's a higher volume. And if everybody is coming in at a higher volume, the businesses are growing faster. So that's great. That's how you get started. How do you make money? And I'm not saying how do you get your money back. That's simple. Bring in 3 people that did the same thing you did. You've got your money back. But we're not in this to get our money back. We're in this to make a profit, right? Guys, 40%. I've been in sales before. My brother's in sales. He makes a 10% commission on everything he sells. And I thought that was a lot until LifeVantage came along and said, everything that people purchase through you, so they buy it from LifeVantage, it gets shipped from LifeVantage, but it's going through you. Everything that goes through you, you're going to earn a 40% commission on. 40%. So people buy $100 worth of product, you make $40, right? That's on the initial enrollment order. However, that's like a job, because unless you're getting somebody started on the product, you're not earning those enrollment commissions. So what my friend Warren Buffett says, and he's not really my friend, but he's been a tremendous mentor of mine. He says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to be working until you die. I think we would all agree he's one of the best investors, if not the best investor we've ever seen in our lifetime. He's worth almost $70 billion. And he's telling you, going out and trying to recreate, like I was in physical therapy or pharmaceutical sales, having to go make another sale to get paid again, having to go do another massage if you're a massage therapist, or wash another car if you wash cars, or build another house or sell another house if you're a realtor. Whatever it is that you do, if you're trading time for money, you're going to be working until the day you die. It's just the world we live in nowadays. It's virtually impossible to save money. That's why so many Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So what does this have to do with LifeVantage? Well, it's simple. Remember I said you're going to make 40% when somebody joins you initially. As a customer or a distributor, you're earning 40% on what they order for product purchases. After that, it averages about 5% per month for everybody that orders product within your entire organization. Doesn't sound like much. When I first started, I couldn't get a grasp of what those numbers would look like. But remember how excited I said I was, and I still am today, obviously? I told a few people who told a few people who told a few people, and it's like that power, that compounding effect, right? That power of multiplication. And before you know it, those handfuls of people number thousands of people nowadays, 6,000 people in 7 countries and growing every single day. And every time each monthly subscription goes out, we're earning roughly 5% on all of those sales through the entire organization. So ask yourself this: do you have a way of making money while you're sleeping? Or what if something happened tomorrow? What if you couldn't do your job tomorrow? See, that's what went through my mind when I got hit by a car just 6 weeks after enrolling in this business. 6 weeks into it, I get nailed by a car, blows out my knee. I have to have another ACL reconstruction. And I'm thinking to myself, if I'm unable to do my job every day, there's no way my wife wants to go out and do pharmaceutical sales. She's like, there's no way I could do your job. I couldn't handle going in and calling on doctors. It's just not her thing, right? So if she couldn't do that and I couldn't do my job, well, how are we going to live? Where was the money going to come from? Whereas with this, it's leveraged income. It's not just your efforts, but the efforts of hundreds and soon thousands and tens of thousands of people consuming products that they were going to consume anyway. And you're earning roughly 5% because you're the one that helped share this and educate others what we have our hands on. Guys, it's a magical way. It is the best way I've found to do business. And so as you look at this, ask yourself, what's it take? Look at the different ranks in the company and look at what the monthly averages are. And if you're not average, like I didn't think I was average, take a look over at what the monthly maximums are, right? And ask yourself, what level makes a difference? What makes it worth your while? Guys, for me, you're going to laugh. It was like Pro 2. I wanted to make a couple $100 a month. Why? I wanted to get the products for free for my family. If I did that, I knew my business was a success. If I made just a couple $100 a month. Then we get to the Pro 3 level, and my wife needed a new car anyway. And I thought, well, gosh, this is paying for her car payment. We'll buy a new car, but it doesn't cost me anything for sharing this information. I still had my full-time job, and I was doing this on a very part-time basis. By the time you start getting into that Pro 4, 5, and 6 ranks, that's like walk-away income, right? That's allowing many people to quit a part-time or even a full-time job. I mean, Premier Pro 6, you're talking almost $70,000 a year almost. So that's pretty substantial, guys. And then when you get up into the elite ranks and higher, it's the type of income that allows you to do whatever you want, whether that's open a foundation or whether that's to support your favorite charity. Maybe you want to help your church out. Maybe you want to build a playground like I want to over at the school. I mean, that's from me being part of the Dad's Club. Whatever it is that you want to do, this allows you to, and it's leverage. So it means you don't have to go out and recreate it every single day. So you got to ask yourself this. If Google threw this cover up, and I can't see the date. Let me slide this over. So it was 2013. So 5 years ago, this was the cover of Google. This was the cover of Time magazine. Can Google solve death? Their search giant is launching a venture to extend the human lifespan. That would be crazy if it weren't Google. They've put in a $1.5 billion research center to cure death. In fact, they're still reported to invest hundreds of millions of dollars every year into Calico to find something that's going to extend human life. Why? Because we're all looking for not just longer life, but quality of life. So check this out. While Google's looking for it, it's right there. It's all natural. The National Institute of Aging, Their interventions testing program confirmed back in 2016, just 2 years ago, not even a year and a half ago, that our flagship product, Protandim Nerve 2 Synergizer, extends life. It extends life. As you read down in there, you'll see that Protandim was proven to significantly increase the lifespan of male mice with a 7% increase in median survival and a 3% increase in lifespan of the female mice. Now you're saying, oh, that's in mice. Human trials would have to be 80 to 100 years in length, and they would cost trillions of dollars to conduct. And there's no human on earth that's going to allow themselves to be subject to a clinical trial from the day they're born until the day they die. It's just not going to happen. So that's why the National Institute of Health, our taxpayer dollars, that's why the National Institute of Health chose to look at Protandim. Now go on to read that next to last sentence. Since its inception, so for the last almost 20 years, Protandim is the only nutritional supplement tested that's been proven to increase the median survival in mice, thus delaying the aging process. They go on to talk about other substances like fish oil, curcumin, green tea, and resveratrol. None of those individual ingredients have been shown to increase the lifespan of mice. Google's looking for it. We've got it, guys. It's up to you to partner with us. Even if the business side isn't for you, get back with the person who invited you to this and tell them, look, I want to get going on the vitality stack. I want to biohack my health. I want to improve my body's performance, my looks, the way that I feel. I want to optimize my health through nutrigenomics. And they'll help walk you through. They'll get you the information you need to get started. If you see the vision, the future of this $600 billion a year, it's going to be $600 billion a year in the next 5 years. If you see the future of the $600 billion a year industry that we call nutrigenomics and biohacking, jump on board with us, guys. We're looking for people to help us share this message, especially as we're opening more and more countries. We're going into more and more markets. It's time to get this out to the world. We would love to have you join us here at LifeVantage. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. Get back with the person who invited you to this and let them know how you're ready to get started, all right? Have a great night, guys. Thanks.